do that. I never fall again. Tongue game nasty like yo shit.
Welcome back to WHU, the number one controversy station all over New York City with your host, Intro Cat. You know I show love to Long Island.
Yeah,
we got Taz Dinero in the building. What's up? How's it going?
I'm alright, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming West Money, man, / Hempstead. You know what I'm saying? I went to school in Westbury and shit like that, but I also went to school in Hempstead. So you know, it's like both towns, man. So I'm just trying to get Long Island where they need to be. I mean, you got people already out there doing shit, but you know.
Yeah,
there's always more opportunities and shit.
I think a lot of people look at the Long Island right now. Obviously, the number one Long Island drill rapper is probably Chowley right now.
Yeah.
And he does this type of sexy drill type thing. And I seen you hopped on that type of wave a little bit with some of the songs on your album last year, right? And then, but there's other rappers that you talked about, J Bando and them, that do like different type of drill. That's like the grind album that they're doing their thing. And I always love showing Long Island their thing. I always want to give them their flowers because I feel like people don't look at Long Island as serious. And I want to know what is your opinion about like people not looking at Long Island seriously?
Man, me honestly, like you know, I did a song with Chow, whatever, like.
On the Forever Ballin'.
Yeah, I worked with him. I mean, you know, me and Bando, we from the same hood, so I kind of grew up with him a little bit. Like, we not in the same age bracket, but, you know, he came up, whatever. Like, we seen him, stuff like that. I just feel like Long Island doesn't get, you know, the recognition that they deserve, being that we on, like, the outskirts, or I don't know if it's, like, the scenery or what people think, or, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like it's talent everywhere, so I feel like Long Island should definitely get a chance on that note. That I definitely feel.
And besides the music, how people look at Long Island, how you feel when people call Long Island like sweet or like, oh, there's no real? He laughing too because I had.
Nah, like I said, it's a hood everywhere. So far as long, I mean, I didn't been like you know me, like I've been state to state. So if you ask me, it's a hood everywhere. I didn't been like you know what I'm saying, even Indianapolis, shit like that, like shit you would never even think about got hoods. So I mean. Everybody got their own perspective. I mean, come take that trip to the island. You're going to see what's about. You know what I'm saying? Come take that trip to the island.
Even with the Long Island, like, even where you're from, I hear people respect it, though. Hempstead, a lot of people, like, even from the BX, and when they talk, some people look at, oh, Long Island, but they're like, nah, there's one spot called Hempstead that, like, you got to take serious.
Yeah, I mean.
So how was life growing up for you?
So far as, like I said, you know, I'm originally from Westbury, low cash, whatever like that, but I moved from Westbury to Hempstead. And Hempstead was a little, you know, it was a little rougher. Like, you had to take shit a little bit more serious. Like, Westbury, they was forcing you to go to class and shit like that. Hempstead, they didn't really give a fuck. So, you was more so on your own. You did what you wanted to do. And then you had to adapt to what you was around. And that shit was just, like, a little bit rougher. Like, I guess a lot of kids out there, was no school buses and shit like that. So, we was always walking to school, fighting and shit, you know. So, I mean, yeah. That pretty much played a part. I did.
So when you're going to school, high school, maybe even middle school, when did you start rapping? When was the first time you actually like wrote something down or even spit a freestyle?
I would say like I was rapping from younger when I was in Westbury and stuff like that. So what really got me back into it is that my right hand man, like the one that's on my chain right here, Porter, Peter, like what it was he was rapping. I was more so like I was his man. I was there. I was showing the support, everything like that. You know, I played the background, everything like that. I wanted to see him win because I knew he was better than me and it was going to take us, you know, where we needed to be. And then everybody get their chance. So I just sat back. You know, I pushed my man's music. I never hated nothing like that. I always just waited my turn. So when he left, it kind of took a part of me. So I felt like the music through him was going to live through me. So I'm going to just keep doing it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get his moms and everything.
What type of inspiration did Porter give you?
I mean... Like, he was, like, the heart of Westbury, man. Like, at that point, like, he was, like, with us, he was the first one rapping, you know what I'm saying? And, like, he had it, like, he just had the flows, the bars, the moves, like.
Was he alive when you started rapping?
Yeah, I actually did a song with him. Oh. Like, I did a couple songs with him before he passed away and stuff like that, but, it didn't never get released because, you know, he had the phone and everything like that, so.
If you want to share, what's the best story you have with Porter?
The best story, man, I can remember. It's probably when I met him. Like, the first time I met him, it was funny, actually, because he was walking down, like, Hopper Street in Westbury or whatever. And I was over there chilling with some friends, like, people I've been to or whatever. So he just had moved out there because he originally from, like, Amityville or something like that. And then he had went to school in Hempstead. So he came to Westbury, and we was chilling. Like, he was chilling wherever he was walking down the street. And, like, I ain't know him. Back then, I felt like, you know, I was a bully or whatever. So I threw a water bottle at him, and he brushed it off. He didn't even say nothing. Like, he just looked at me like, as long as that shit ain't hit me, like, we ain't got no problems with that shit. So we spoke about that as we got older. And then he was just like, yeah, man, I was going to fuck you up that day. He's like, when I let it go, I was just like, yeah, whatever.
All right. So when you first started, were you taking it like as like playing around with it, or when you first started, you was like in mode, like I need to take this serious?
Now, when I first started rapping, it was more like, what are we doing it for? Are we doing it for the hood? Are we doing it for the females? Are we doing it for the recognition? Like, so when I first started rapping, it was the feeling of, everybody repeating the lyrics, like, oh, this is a good song. This is how this is, and the parties and people dancing and shit like that. So as I got older and I really realized, like, yo, you gotta make videos, you gotta studio time, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really put in work for music. Like, this shit is not a game. So most people think, like, you could just go in there and just say anything and that shit gonna pop. Like, nah. I mean, some people get lucky, don't get me wrong. I've seen it before. But I just don't think, like, I think you really gotta be nice and you really gotta live what the fuck you rap about, or nobody not gonna take you serious.
All right. And what you said before, you waited your turn.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. And like, why do you feel like people struggle with that? And like, how do you have the patience and put your friends first and stuff like that? Because I feel like if like a whole group of people are rapping and they're like, nah, I feel like we on the same level. I think I should get pushed as well. And by at the moment your man's is getting like bigger and bigger, and then you're like, oh, but I think I got the same type of talent. So why? Like, how do you keep reserve and patience in those type of situations?
All right, like, for instance, I use Chow as an example, just for instance. All right, so I went to school with him, you know what I'm saying? And he started taking music serious. He kept dropping and dropping and dropping. And then he started doing videos. And then, like, it became a time where I seen other people doing music with him. But then he singled out. And I picture it where, like, all his friends, they never hated on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? They always supported his music. They always shared it. They always, even though they had their own music, like, even though they was rapping, they still supported his music because they felt like, I don't know, probably he had a little bit more buzz or something like that. I don't know. Like, but I wait my turn because, everybody's going to get their chance. So I feel as if when Porter was doing whatever he was doing and I was supporting it, if he makes it, I'm going to make it. Like, fuck it. Like, we all a team here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And speaking about mans and stuff like that, who's right next to you?
That's my man. That's cute, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet?
That's my childhood friend. That's my brother, man. That's a different level.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, this is way more than 10 years. Right?
Way more than 10 years?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. So, like, for me, if Q got 10 with him, right, and he had, her friend is like a 4 or 5, can he call you and like take one for the team? Is that what type of friendship y'all got? Or
Nah, that's my brother. I ain't gonna lie. If he had a, but see, he know me though. You're not gonna have a 10 and have me a 4. That's just not. That's
even put bro.
Yeah, he would. If he really my man, he would put me in that predicament. But I mean, like, fuck, if I got to just for him to get off, then it's like, fuck it. I know he just know he owe next one. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shit is gonna be like that.
Who gets the most lit in like, functions, parties, clubs between you and Q?
Man, Q not really a dancer.
I don't do that dancing shit. So
You don't like the sturdy?
Nah, he not really.
I'm like, I would say he runs down.
So I might be more like the hype, like, you know what I'm saying, party.
You just say you run down on a girl. So what's a Taz Dinero? What's Taz Dinero Riz? Like, how you approach a girl? And like one of your supporters looking right now, like they want to know, like, all right, for me, I want to see how you do it, so I know what to do next time.
I mean, if it, like, she knew I don't know her, I just look at her. She'll look at me. If she give me that look and I look at her, she, you know what I'm saying, she keep looking at shit, I'm like, yo, why you keep playing with me, shit? And then she gonna know from there I'm serious. She gonna like, I'm playing with you. Yeah, like, well, I don't got your number yet. Like, what's up with you?
All right.
Shit like that, so, I mean.
What's a red flag? What's a red flag in a female from Taz?
Toes, man. Like, feet gotta be done. I can't. Feet and teeth, like, shit like that. Like, shit that just sticks out. I mean, I don't really care about fashion and shit like that too much because, everybody, just because you don't got on what everybody else got on don't necessarily mean that, you don't got it or you can't afford it. That just mean that you just not wearing it that day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's how I look at that. But, I mean, overall, like, you a female, I feel like your feet, your nails, your hair should be done.
All right.
You gonna say something to me or even approach me or look at me,
All right.
I mean.
So, Ice Spice said, Bronx got 30 girls. You remember when she said, I want to know which borough you think got the dirtiest bitches?
Definitely the Bronx. I give it to him. Yeah.
And wait, what borough you think got the baddest? And if you think if you want to put Long Island there, you can put Long Island there. But overall in New York, where if you know like, oh, this part of town or this part in the city,
I'm going to Queens.
Yeah, agreed to.
I'm going to Queens, man.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to Queens.
And then, all right. And speaking more about females, you said earlier that you were trying to figure out if you're trying to make songs for the hood, for the girls, and listen to music. You know, the Forever Ballin', you had some melodic songs, some songs for like the females. Have you ever gotten in trouble by a female for a song you made?
Nah, I mean, because whether I was with somebody or fucking with somebody, they knew that. Like, my music, my career is different. It's like, how you gonna be mad? Just like any rapper, like Dirk, say some shit about bitches and he was in a whole relationship with somebody. But, I mean, come with the game, it's the music. So, like I said, when you say things about females and stuff like that, your girlfriend or the female that you mess with might feel some type of way behind it, but I mean, it's just everyday shit. Like, same way of like females rap about niggas. They know what's going on. It's everyday shit. So everybody got their ups and downs.
Which style of music do you feel the most comfortable in? Because I seen you tapped in with the sexy drill, melodic, the ground boom drill, and like other types of styles. Which style do you feel the most comfortable in?
I mean, I like a mixture of like, oh shit, my bad. Oh, I like a mixture of like, like both. Honestly, like I feel like some people want to hear drill shit because they want to know what's going on in the hood. They want to know like everything that's going on, and then more like the sexy drills for like the females. Like parties, shit like that. So I feel like you gotta have both. You can't just if you rap and that shit sound the same every time. That's how I feel. So I mean, I don't really have a favorite when it comes to that.
Okay. Yeah. When did you learn how to be so versatile?
Well, like honestly, when I was younger, I was able to sing a little bit, but I started smoking, so that shit fucked my voice up. So I became like ever since then, my voice just been raspy. So I know how to harmonize. Like I can make it sound good, but I just can't. I mean, that singing shit not for me. I rap, so I was like, fuck it. I could do both at that point. Fuck it, Max B could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how I feel. He could do it, I could do that shit.
And how's the studio sessions like? Like, do you want everyone to pull up with you, or are you very like close? Like, only like one or two people can come, or like?
Nah, see, when I go to the studio, I feel like it's me releasing my energy and everything like that. So if you my mans, you know what we've been through, and you been there with me through this shit. I just honestly feel like, why not support me when I'm in the studio? You gonna support me when I make it. You gonna support me when I'm on stage. You gonna stand next to me then. So why not stand next to me when I'm making it? If you was here for this story that I'm talking about, then let's do it.
All right. And speaking about friends and stuff like that, Fat Joe said it in an interview, and I always want to ask this question: do you feel obligated to bring every single one of your friends up with you?
I can't really say that. I mean, I feel like I want to kick the door open for my team or whoever my friends are or my real friends. But at the same time, everybody got to understand that we can't all leave at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So if I do make it and I bring one or two people with me, I don't expect nobody else to feel a certain type of way because you will play a role in something else. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I make a lane for you. So if I'm a rapper, he's a cameraman. My other man makes beats, or you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different feel, so I don't feel like we all should be trying to do the same thing.
Mm. All right, and you have a team around you right now, right?
Yeah, that's my man. That's my brother.
And what would this team be called? You know, you had us 4PF, OTF. Did you ever come up with like a team name?
Nah, see what it was. Like when I was younger, I'm gonna be honest with you, there was a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? But then as you get older, people start moving, people start passing away, shit like that. So I kind of like lost up on my team a little bit. Like all my real friends that was really like, you know what I'm saying, locked in with me and shit like that. I kind of feel like they didn't pass away or they didn't moved away. So just let it go. Like at that point.
All right. So what's the difference between a real friend and a day one?
All right. The difference between a real friend and a day one. A real friend is somebody that supports everything you do, right? And a day one is somebody that been there with you from the jump. So regardless, you know me, far as like the things that we've been through or what we done came up on, so that would make you my day one. You was my day one when we was broke. You let me stay at your crib when I was fucked up, and I let you stay at my crib when you was fucked up. If if we made money, if we went out and hustled or whatever, and I made more money than you, at the end of the day, I wasn't breaking my money off a different type of way. I was still giving you half. So it was like, all right, bro, how much you made today? I made 50. All right, I made 100. Fuck it. We got 150. So that's, you know what I'm saying? That's 75 a piece. That's how I look at it. Like, we in this shit together.
All right. And with that, I had a good question with it, and I lost it. But back to back to the friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but the difference between a real one and a day one. And you said, okay, there we go. The support. You saying that you support, and support is free. Do you
Yeah,
feel like
support
your
is free.
friends have to always like
Support.
repost your music and stuff like that?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but it's just more expected. Like, if you my brother and you love me, you know what I'm saying, and you sit here saying this, and we've been through the trenches and shit like that together, and I feel like I post, you know what I'm saying, why not? Like, it's just like you said, it's free. It don't take a lot to just share some. You'll share fucking little baby shit, or you know what I'm saying? It'd be a rapper's birthday you don't even know, and people will share that shit, but they won't share your shit. But I mean, if my shit trash, like, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, tell me, like, yo, bro, comment on my shit, like, yo, stop rapping. But don't comment on my shit that you like it, but you won't share it.
All right.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? That confuses me. So now I don't know where we stand. Where's our friendship at? Where's our level?
All right. And then now you're back into the music. You know what I'm saying? What's the plan? What's the moves for the winter right now?
Well, the plans right now, I'm supposed to be going to Chicago soon. I got a little motion going on with them out there. So I'm supposed to be doing a song with Gleesh, you know, King Von Right Hand Man or whatever the case may be, shit like that. So I got some shit working on with them in Chicago. I'm locked in with them over there. And I'm doing my thing out here in New York. I was in tune with some DJs like myself. I did an interview with Drewski. Tony Yayo, that's my man's right there. I ain't even gonna lie. I had a whole barbecue with that man. Like, so he know the type of person I am. He know where I come from. He know where I stand. And it's funny actually because I had played a song for him, and when I had played a song for Tony Yayo or whatever, he was just like, "Yo, that shit nice." He was like, "But you got any more?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got one more." And he was like, "But you want to feature with somebody?" And then he was like, "Oh, your shit's features." And then he was like, "You want to be honest with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he like, "You got potential, but I'm not gonna take you serious. Don't say nothing to me. Don't talk to me until you got 100 songs." So I went home that night, and like, I ain't gonna lie, I was fucked up. I was hurt behind that shit. That shit kind of fucked my pride up. I'm like, damn. But then after that, I had to take criticism, and I had to really think like, you know, like, he ain't telling me nothing wrong. He telling me from a rapper's point of view. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna take you serious, man. You got 2-3 songs. You talking about you a rapper? That what the fuck is that? So I went to the studio, man. I started dropping mixtape after mixtape, songs after songs. So now I'm working on videos and shit.
When did you feel like you hit that level of rapper he was talking about? What was that moment for you?
I honestly felt like that after, like, I probably did my second mixtape, and I seen all my friends, like, you know, people from Westbury, people from Hempstead, people from different towns and shit. And I seen them start using my song, because my song's on Apple Music. So I see they started using it as in their story, you know, on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Like some shit called State to State. That shit was alright. So people was fucking with that shit or whatever. They just tell me I need to make a video of that, so I'm gonna work on that too.
So when's the next song size video coming?
I actually did a video with my son Stacks and Dumb Out from Terrace TA, 100 Brick shit. I actually did a song with them. So I'm waiting on the video of that shit. We did it last week, so it's supposed to be coming out next week. So
Alright.
yeah. So that's definitely got a movie for y'all on that one. That's gonna be a good one.
My last question, I always ask this question at the end. You know, it's more about the future. What type of legacy do you want to have with the name Taz Dinero? You know, you spoke to some great DJ Self, Drewski, you know, Tony Yayo. They can speak for their legacy, and they have the catalog. So what type of legacy do you want to represent when people bring up Taz Dinero, or, you know, a rapper that's coming up is in your footsteps? They came up to you and was like, "Yo, you got any advice for the upcoming rappers?" Like, what would be your legacy?
My advice would be, honestly, like, you know, just stay down, just keep grinding. Even if you feel like, even if you don't think your shit is nice, somebody else might think your shit is nice. And all it takes is one song to really blow. But like I said, it's more of a talent thing. Like, you can't just go in there and say anything. Some people do. But I feel like as a rapper and shit like that, you know, you gotta be serious. If you don't take your shit serious, ain't nobody else gonna take your shit serious. And that's just like, if you don't play your shit in the car, well, I'm gonna play your shit. You know what I'm saying? If you don't promote your shit, I'm not gonna promote your shit. Like, you know, like I gotta make sure that you're serious about this, and I'm gonna support you 100%. But I gotta know that this is what you really want to do.
All
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And then where people can find you on Instagram, social media, anyway.
You can find me on Instagram, Taz _Buller. You can find me on Facebook, Taz Dinero. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple shit up there. Apple Music, Taz Dinero. I'm on Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever you name it. I'm on all that shit, man. iHeartRadio, all that shit. I put it in tune, all of that. So, I'm also trying to do something with my man J.O. from Westbury.
All
So
right.
he got something going on out there too. So yeah, working on that shit.
All right.
So that's it, man.
I appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate you too, man. Thank you, man.